Hello everybody and welcome back to Madden 2002 in the Cowboys franchise mode. We are back here in our 4-1 start in our tank year, in our rebuilding year, after beating the Seahawks, who are off to a pretty bad start. I thought the game would have been a little bit better, but it was a little bit more lackluster than I thought. But we're going up against the 49ers, who are also 4-1 in a pretty important conference game. So there's something interesting about this 49ers team that I want you all to see, and it's that they have Joey Galloway. Joey Galloway ended up going to San Francisco. In case you were curious where he went from us, he went to San Francisco. San Francisco was crazy enough to pay him that $6+ million deal for the next 2 seasons. So Joey Galloway's probably going to end his career as a 49er. And since it's also the trade deadline, we have a trade on the board. So Green, who is the backup free safety who I signed to be the starting free safety, we just happened to draft a better free safety and didn't end up needing Green. New Orleans is going to offer a third-round pick for him. So that free agent signing that we don't even need is going to turn into a third-round pick. So I think that's pretty darn effective if you ask me. That's really the only area of the team that we had that I thought we could get some actual draft capital for. There's a bunch of depth guys that I signed that are in like the low 70s or 60s that we don't need, but they're not going to fetch huge returns, and there's not a whole lot of value in the draft past like the 4th round, so I didn't think it would really matter to pick up on 5th and 6th round picks. It didn't really matter, so that's the only trade that I thought was going to add some immediate value heading into the next off season. So we already did pretty well with the first draft, and now next season we should be able to just kind of focus on free agency to build, and we shouldn't need the draft too terribly much. So now we have to go into this game against San Francisco with Joey Galloway, and there he is, man, wearing the 49er red or maroon, whatever color you guys use to identify. I know the Lions have color names like Honolulu Blue, but I'm not sure what it is for other teams. So, Mariucci, is that the same Mariucci for the Lions, or am I crazy? Am I thinking of someone else? Anyway, either way, we're going to get things started here in San Francisco in Candlestick Park. They call it 3Com, I think, in this game. I don't know. It's Candlestick Park. It always will be. And Roland Rich is already getting busy here, picking up a first down in about maybe 10 more, 19. That was his first rushing, that was his first time touching the football, and it's already a 19-yard pickup. We love Roland Rich around here. We love him. So on 1st and 10 here, Chuck Dunn wants the home run shot here, and he's got him wide open, and who else but Kenny Thompson off to the races. You have a linebacker covering Kenny Thompson. What are you doing, Mariucci? You got a linebacker on Kenny Thompson in coverage. You're just begging to lose at that point. You're begging for my guy to get loose. So we're already early in this game showing San Francisco the fruits of the previous regime's labors, showcasing Kenny Thompson and Roland Rich early in this drive to go up 7-0. But San Francisco is not going to take that lightly as Jeff Garcia here rolls to his right here and finds Fred Parker, the backup running, or I think he's the starter. I don't know. I thought Kevin Barlow was the starting running back for the 49ers on this team, but this Fred Parker gets off quite a bit in this game. So he makes that pickup here for a 1st and 10 for San Francisco in Dallas territory. So on 1st and 10, Garcia drops back here, fires it off quickly, and it's Joey Galloway making a diving catch here right at the sticks, and I believe they're going to give it to him, and they do. So fast forward to a 3rd and 6 as our defense is finally applying some pressure to the 49ers, and Jeff Garcia is going to dump that off to, I believe, the fullback, who's going to pick that up and get the first down for the Niners and continue this drive. So 1st and 10 now inside the 15 from about the Dallas 13-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Barlow. So there's Barlow. And Barlow's got plenty of open space here to get into the end zone for the first 49er points of the day. As, Chad King was the only one in pursuit. Took a terrible angle to Barlow, and Barlow was able to get free into the end zone. So after 1 quarter of play here, both teams have struck the scoreboard once, and 7 apiece is your score. So, but we are now moving the football here on a 2nd and 10. Chuck Dunn fires this one across the middle to Roland Rich out of the backfield. He can do both. He can run and he can catch. He's got both for you. So Chuck Dunn already cooking the books here for this Cowboy offense and getting things moving. So on a 2nd and 2, we fast forward to. Dunn's going to drop back here. He's going to try and throw for it on short yardage, and we're going to dump this one off to Kenny Thompson, who barely gets his feet in. And judging by Mariucci's reaction, that catch is going to be good. So the booth is not going to review that. The refs are not going to overturn that. That's just going to be a completed catch, and we will take that. I don't know if he got both feet in, but we will happily take that. We'll get another look at it here, maybe see something that maybe the game didn't see. I'm not sure. So there's the catch. Yeah, I don't know if he ever had 2 feet in, but whatever. Those are new rules back then. Who cares? So 1st and goal for the Cowboy offense, and Dunn's going to throw for it again, and why not? When you can throw for it like that, why would you not throw for it? And that one actually goes to, I got to look here at, I think it's Rock Terry, our one of our draft pick receivers. Rock Terry gets himself a touchdown in this ball game, and more importantly, we also get a sack in this game. So Jeff Garcia gets sacked, but the Niners are trying to go for the hurry up here because the clock is running here. So on a 2nd and 16, Garcia is just going to run things over again, and he's going to dump this one off to the fullback once again. And he's going to get brought down well short of the sticks. So on a 3rd and 7, the Niners going to continue to run with some tempo here. 1:25 left to go. Garcia again going to release it quickly here, and it's Joey Galloway who escapes from Dre Bly, and he's off to the races, but he's going to get brought down by a safety. I believe it was Lionel Mays potentially, but yeah, Dre Bly completely lost out there, lost sight of Joey Galloway, and or no, that's Jared O'Neal who ends up making the touchdown saving tackle from across the field. But it is going to still be goal to go for the Niners, and Garcia is still going to try and run with some tempo and try and catch our defense lacking as we're not even set as he snaps the ball again here. So on 1st and goal, he's going to roll out, fires this one into the hands of one of his receivers. Tucker is the receiver, and he cannot get his hands around it. So that's going to bring up 2nd and goal for the Niners here. Going to send a man in motion, going to snap it anyway, and going to throw this one into the end zone and wide open. I mean, not wide open. Lionel Mays was in coverage, but he really did not have that receiver covered well at all. So the 49ers are going to score some pointage here, and things are going to be tied at 14 apiece. But so now on a 3rd and 10 here, we have a chance to get some points ourselves. Chuck Dunn fires this one over to Kenny Thompson, I believe. I think it's Kenny Thompson over there who makes that catch. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 now. So we're now in plus territory here with 28 seconds left to work. Chuck Dunn's not going to spike it. He's just going to run another play here. Wants a deep shot to the end zone. Lobs this one up, and it's caught again. Is that Brock Terry? Oh my God, was that him again? Someone check that. Someone check the tape. Well, I mean, we're already checking the tape. We're getting the rewind here, but it's Rock Terry. He got himself a touchdown. Is that his 2nd? I don't want to believe it. But I mean, earlier we'd have called his name, but I didn't think he scored 2 in this game. But either way, Jeff Garcia, out of some desperation here, is going to try and get this one over to Joey Galloway, but it ends up finding the hands of Dre Bly. So Dre Bly, are one of the veterans that we signed here to kind of hold down the DB side of things. He gets his first interception of the season, and that's going to set us up for a potential long Ted Stuckey field goal. Stuckey kicks this one up, and it is sailed right on through. So those 50-plus yards for Ted Stuckey have been pretty sketchy, but this year he seems to be kind of nailing those ones through. So it said that's his record, but I think 54 is. I think 54 is his record, but if it's not, then it is. But on the last play of the half, and it's Fred Parker. He's open on the wide open edge. There's no one else over there. Lionel Mays is in pursuit. Justin Nipper's in pursuit. No one's going to catch up to him. It's 80 yards from scrimmage. Fred Parker into the end zone for San Francisco, and that means what, dude? That's 17 points in the last 40 seconds of the second quarter. Just back and forth, both of these teams. And yeah, dude, Fred Parker, I mean, look at that, dude. An 80-yard boost to San Francisco's rushing numbers now. And that's where we're getting gashed. We've talked about the running defense before, and it really kind of rears its head there. So what could have been a 10-point lead over San Francisco heading into the locker room is now only a 3-point lead as San Francisco adds a huge touchdown to the deficit. So, and they're going to start we're going to start in the second half with San Francisco. And there's Fred Parker again getting busy to the outside edge. Justin Nipper can't bring him down, and Jared O'Neal has to come and finish the dirty work and bring him down. So Parker is now kind of finally getting loose here. He didn't really do much of anything in the first half, and here he is now at the end of the first half and late in the third quarter getting busy. So on 2nd and 4 for the Niners, Garcia dumps this one off across the middle, and it's caught, and he's going to get brought down here just inside, I believe, the 20 or maybe the 15-yard line. But yeah, it is another reception of Jared O'Neal with the tackle, and the Niners are starting to kind of pick things apart here. So 1st and 10, just a minute left to go in the third quarter. It's a handoff to Barlow, and Barlow gets clobbered by Chad King, but Chad King gets a little bit too much of the face mask on the way down. It was kind of an awkward tackle, so I was curious, but yeah, that's going to be a 15-yarder on Chad King, but since we're so close here, I think it's just going to be half the distance. It's just going to put him inside the 10, I guess, give him a fresh set of downs here. So from the 9-yard line now, 1st and goal, it's going to be a handoff to Barlow, and Barlow's going to shake off one of our defensive tackles. I forget which person that is. It's not Marcus Johnson. I believe it's Blaine Green who he just completely shakes off. So 2nd and goal now with just 16 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and Marcus Johnson's going to jump offside. So for some reason now in this scoring opportunity, our defense is really just not all that behaved. It's some poor discipline on the defense. We don't often see that here, but we're basically just giving the points to San Francisco, but we're going to have to see what happens after this intermission as the third quarter comes to a close, and we're going to be heading into a pretty loaded fourth quarter here just 3 points separating our two teams. And on 3rd and goal, they're going to try and go with a pitch play, and Lionel Mays saw that from a mile away. There was no getting around him. Lionel Mays was in the backfield by the time the ball hit Jeff Garcia's hands, dude. There was no shot. So the Niners are going to bring out Reem. I think Reem is how you say his name. It's like Rheem. Yeah, Reem. I don't know. But either way, he's going to nail this one through, and the game is going to be tied at 24 apiece. So on a 2nd and 6, now close to midfield for the Cowboys offense, Chuck Dunn, plenty of time to throw, dumps this one off here quickly out to Terry Glenn. And Terry Glenn, I think, was who caught it earlier, who I thought was Kenny Thompson. I forget he wears the sleeve. So Terry Glenn gets his number called in this game here. So on a 3rd and shorter, we're going to give it to Roland Rich, who had a little bit of space here, but gets brought down dangerously close to the sticks, and I don't think he's going to have enough. So on a 4th and 2, we're going to bring out Ted Stuckey for another very long field goal, kicking it from the San Francisco 40, and he nails another one. Oh my God, I love Ted Stuckey. Love him. 50-yarder, just boom, slam, right on through. So 27-24 is your score. San Francisco struggling on offense, so we have an opportunity on offense to end the game on offense. But Roland Rich dragging a linebacker with him gets brought down short of the stick. So San Francisco's gonna call timeout. They're gonna get the ball back here. So on a 3rd and 5, they're facing the end of their game potentially. But T.O., who we haven't called all game, gets a huge reception to keep San Francisco's drive alive. And Jeff Garcia is gonna try and hurry up the Niners back to the line here and run with some tempo. And he's gonna get the spike off. So 46 seconds left to go. San Francisco in prime opportunity to maybe even win the game. There's plenty of time to get into the end zone still, but they could just play for the field goal for maybe to maybe get into overtime. But Garcia lines one down the middle of the field, and who else but Joey Galloway, man? Joey Galloway getting the Niners inside the 20, not before he gets his head taken off by Justin Nipper, but still. Gets inside the 20 for the Niners, and now Garcia rushing everyone back up to the line, and they would not run another play. They're just going to burn clock. They have over 30 seconds, and I cut it down now to 5. They get the ball down they get time within 5 seconds, and they're going to just try and go for the game-tying field goal. They had plenty of time to at least run maybe another 2 plays, maybe even 3, depending on how quickly they went to get to the end zone. But no, they're going to play for overtime. Mariucci might end up regretting that one. Who knows? But San Francisco is going to not take, but they're going to tie the game here at 27 apiece as the clock hits 000. So we're getting into our first overtime game in the Jim Punker era. So let's see what Jim Punker can do in overtime. So already 3rd and 5 here on our opening drive, and it's a diving catch attempt from I believe, that's Cade Richardson, the rookie receiver. He tries to make a diving catch for the ball, and he cannot get it. So we're gonna have to punt this one away to San Francisco, and now San Francisco hand off to Fred Parker, and there he is again. There he's again, getting loose, already across midfield. Lionel Mays gets shaken off, and Chad King has to make the tackle from behind, and he is already inside the 45-yard line. So San Francisco technically is already kind of in field goal range. They obviously probably need another 10 yards to make this one really safe, but they're in great position here inside the 35-yard line, So yeah, they probably could just kick the game winner now, but just to really kind of sure things up, Garcia's going to hit Fred Parker once again on the outside edge by the sideline, and he's going to pick up a huge gain for the Niners, and that's pretty much victory formation for San Fran, as they just need to bring out Reem to kick this chip shot, and he kicks it up, and it's good. And so the Niners are going to walk this one off here in Candlestick in San Francisco, and they're going to take a 30-27 lead. So at one point, this game was 24-14, man. At one point, with maybe 20 seconds left in the first half, this game was 24-14, if you can believe it. And because of some wacky shenanigans, because San Francisco's run game just could not quit, we were unable to kind of close this one out here, but it was a close back and forth in the second half. But San Francisco really outplayed us in every single metric. The third down, the terrible third down numbers reared their ugly head once again, as we only completed a single third down in the entire game. Cannot win football games like that. That was a famous Will Newton issue. Only made it to the red zone one time. All of our points came from outside the red zone except for one drive, and San Francisco made it 5 times. That's how you lose ball games. That time of possession too. I mean, yeah, San Francisco deserved to win this game, so I'm not going to take it away from them. This is kind of like the Denver game from earlier in the season, where I was like, there might just be a wide range between the top brass and us. You know, like we might just be beating bad teams, and like the actual good teams are really kind of going to separate themselves from us. This is what this game kind of felt like. we were really kind of getting lucky here, but there are some good things to take away from this game, man. Jerry Bly does get the interception, which is nice to see. And of course, Roland Rich continued to produce a good amount, too. We love to see that as well. But we're going to get into the next game. I thought about maybe adding the Raiders game into this one, but we ended up going into overtime, so I didn't want to do that. So coming into the next video, where we're in Oakland, across the bridge, taking on the Raiders.